Harris News. Political tradition Harris and Walz restore. The Atlantic Daily runs through the day's top headlines, introduces new ideas, and suggests the best in culture. Sign up here. Kamala Harris's first major television interview as Democratic standard-bearer may be the most anticipated, campaign-defining, existentially urgent interview in English or any language in recent memory. Everybody will remember where they were throughout yesterday night's extravaganza, nodding, rolling their eyes, sleeping off, changing channels. Thus, the show did not match its anticipation. I watched the interview on my couch with kettle corn and checked the Red Sox score on my phone. They lost. Thursday night was fine and forgettable, like Harris, her running partner Tim Walz, and CNN Inquisitor host Dana Bash's performance. Harris speaks coherently, which is an improvement over Trump and Biden. I think she speaks eloquently. I assume this was the first time she mentioned substantial policy. The interview didn't address my concerns about what she'd want to do and how well she'd do it. After several years as VP, why haven't you tried these things? The interview didn't affect my vote. I want to see her confronted in a news conference or the upcoming debate. I want to see her without a teleprompter or scripted replies. I found the interview overly coddled. I want her pressured. We've seen her struggle as VP in those scenarios. Walz seemed friendly. He instills a nice old American, down-to-earth attitude that she lacked. I appreciate his ticket edition. They've been unclear. I get why they say, let's make this about Donald Trump rather than policy. That only goes so far. I was annoyed when she said, my ideals have not changed, but my policies have. If you prioritize clean energy, you should support the prohibition on fracking. Regarding Israel and Gaza, she stated that we will continue the Biden administration approach. I believe this policy has failed Jews and Palestinians. People on both sides continue to suffer and no deal is near. Saying we'll keep a policy that hasn't worked in almost a year seems like she's attempting to avoid losing voters rather than finding a solution. I hadn't heard enough to believe. Because it feels like she's saying we'll be different from Biden but also the same with a new face. Personally, I wasn't impressed. In my opinion, the interview was light. I realize that's politics, and any campaign will be simpler to oppose the more specific it is. I liked when Harris discussed her economic reform plans and the opportunity economy. However, the questions were not compelling or difficult. I'm not sure it would sway me to vote for Harris-Walz. People were enthusiastic about Harris taking over the ticket after Biden was so awful in live, unscripted circumstances because she was youthful and might give the Democratic campaign more energy. Due to the lack of live interviews and questions answered, I still doubt their competency.